In a new interview, Miyazaki says the setting of the Shadow of the Erdtree is a brand new land. It's a brand new map separate from the lands between. It is a land that is overshadowed by the particular shadow of the Erdtree as opposed to the Erdtree in the lands between. And it takes place again on an entirely separate, physically separate map, so it will involve a warp of sorts to get there. In terms of setting and themes, it technically occupies the same space as the lands between, the same universe. So this land of shadow itself is a place the player will visit to walk in the steps of Miquella. Miquella is a key part of the story this time, perhaps as guessed by many players who saw the art that was released previously. That is in fact Miquella, and it is he who travelled to the land of shadow, and it's the players who will be tracing his path and following in his footsteps, trying to see what he's going to do there. Another axis of the story is Queen Marika and what she did in the Land of Shadow, what led Miquella to follow her there. We think players can expect a similar experience to what they had with the base game. This is going to be structured in a similar way, as you said, with open field maps, with large scale legacy dungeons, and with small to medium scale legacies as well. DLC area is slightly bigger than Limgrave. The cocoon and arm you saw at the beginning of the trailer, this is actually the point of entry to the Land of Shadow, where the players will enter to the DLC area. There was this piece of key art where it shows Messmer sat in his throne-like chair, and people who have played the game may recognize this throne to be one of those from the boss room where you battle Morgott. And this represents the thrones at the base of the Erdtree, and it's supposed to symbolize that Messmer stands on equal footing to these other demigods and children of Marika who sat around in these thrones and held the rooms of the Erdtree. For our hardcore players, they will find optional bosses who have been tuned in a similar way to the likes of Malenia. We don't have any current plans to make a second DLC or a sequel, but we definitely don't want to snuff out that possibility. We think that there could well be something in the future. There are over 10 new boss fights. 8 new weapon categories had been added. Poison swamps return.